Welcome back to another special edition of Cape and today. Heather and I are joined once again by Mayor Greg Verga of Gloucester. How are you, Mayor Verga?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great to have you check in with us once again. Coming off a big night last night, of course. Right off the top, your reaction to last night's preliminary results.
Yeah, well, it was quite a race. It's been a long summer working towards this. And I'm happy to know that I'm back again in the top two, finished in first place with about 47% of the vote. I did talk to Tracy O'Neill this morning and congratulated her and said, sincerely, getting 800 votes on a shoestring budget with pretty much one person on the campaign was impressive. So I haven't had a chance to speak to Mary Ellen yet, but looking forward to the next few weeks and making my case for another 2 years as mayor.
Yeah, 2 years flies by, huh?
It sure does.
Yeah.
And we're not even at 2 years yet. I'm only at 21 months.
Right.
So Mayor, close to my heart is the new farmers market. Can you
Yes.
talk about that partnership with backyard growers?
Sure. So a history lesson here. So when I was elected mayor during the transition between November of 21 and before taking office January 22, I had met with members of the Cape Ann Farmers Market, and they were concerned about, they had been displaced from Stage 4 Park, and they had been, I think, most recently at the Harbor Loop. So they talked to me about getting back at Stage 4 Park, and I said, sure, I know we can accommodate you up there. Most likely it wouldn't be the spot you used to be because we had all this work planned ahead of the 400th anniversary, which we've seen all the work that's gone on in and around the visitor center. So we offered them first the parking lot across the street. They weren't interested. We offered them the lower lot with the, what do you call it? The Brewfest was supposed to be, and which is another sad thing that Brewfest was canceled.
Right up
Anyhow,
our alley.
so so we offered that. I thought we had a deal, but they wrote back before too long saying they decided that they just weren't ready to put a farmers market on. So that was for last summer. That didn't happen. And so this year in February 2023, we reached out again and said, hey, just looking ahead for the spring and summer, would you be interested in going back up to Stage 4 Park? And the answer we got was that they were not going to be hosting a market this year. So immediately we started reaching out to others. We reached out to Alana Horn, who runs the Magnolia Farmers Market. We reached out to Allison, who runs Backyard Growers. They talked to each other, but in the end, Allison and her team voted unanimously to do something with us, and the rest is history. They'll be at Burmers Field starting hopefully in the spring. Centrally located, plenty of parking. Allison's been in contact with the Cape Ann Farmers Market people. So, and as you've mentioned on one of your previous shows, that's where the Backyard Growers birthed from, was the Cape Ann Farmers Market. So it's great synergy between those two organizations. So I have a lot of confidence that it's going to be successful. Really a shot in the arm to the downtown area where it's really a food desert, with besides Shaw's, there's not a whole lot of places to get fresh produce. So I think it's a good thing. We're off to a good start, and I hope to see it succeed next year.
I have one question, Mayor. So the Cape Ann Farmers Market was never part of the city. It was never a city program at all. It was completely separate. And this one, it's a partnership between the city and Backyard Growers. Can you tell us what the difference would be there?
Well, the partnership is really, we're providing the space. I don't see it as much different than the actual arrangement with Cape Ann Farmers Market. They're going to be running all the logistics. We're providing the space and, doing what we can to help out. And again, it's just 2 years or 3 years it's been without a farmers market. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we have a good group at Backyard Growers. We'll do everything we can to make it succeed. And I know that that's their goal as well.
All right, Greg. Well, we are at the virtual end of summer now here, a wet, humid summer. But there was plenty of beach traffic all summer long too. How about a quick review of the beach reservation system?
Sure. Well, we should clarify there was plenty of beach vehicles and traffic, but not beach traffic gridlock. For the second summer in a row, the pre-reservation system has done its job, which is to alleviate the massive gridlock that happened like clockwork over towards Wingashiek and over towards Good Harbor Beach. So this year, as we've said a few times in the show, we switched vendors to a company called Blink-A. They have an actual app for the cell phones, which was not the case with our previous vendor. That made things a lot easier. We also added the plate readers that sped things up. In the past, our staff at the beaches would literally go behind the cars with cell phones to take a picture of their plate. Now they just drive right through. 2 cameras are pointing at the entrance, and it just speeds things right up. You know, it's like red, there's a problem, green, just keep going. So, and in terms, we did have like quite a wet summer, you may have noticed. And in spite of that, we did take in for the revenue, looking for the number here, over $1.8 million. Last year, which was close to a record year, was just about $2 million, 1.9 and some change. So even with the rain, we still did very well. I mean, the numbers, I'm just looking at my cheat sheet. Wingashiek had 29,000 passes sold. Good Harbor, 24,405. Stagefort Park, 7,762. And August was by far the biggest month. July, 28,000 altogether. So it was just another successful season. I've said many times, when we just decided to take on the reservation system, it was a roll of the dice. It could have been a huge success, or it could have been a huge failure. And fortunately, the first 2 years, it's a huge success. So one of the things we're looking at going forward, though, is there's been a lot of talk about a Parks and Rec department. And I tried to, explain to people, give them a little historic perspective. The Parks and Rec department took years to dismantle, and it's been years since we had one. And it'll take a while to bring it back, or in some form or fashion. That being said, one of the ideas we're kicking around is to bring back the non-resident beach stickers, a small amount, and use that money to help fund Parks and Rec things, not necessarily a department, but the stuff that's maintained and by a department like that, and hopefully rolling in all the beach revenue and the sticker revenue. And that's just an idea we're kicking around. I think we can make something happen that we can grow into. But maybe by next spring and summer, we'll have some more to announce on that.
So, Mayor, you have recommended the creation of a city ordinance to allow individuals with a veteran's license plate to park for free at any on or off-street metered parking. That is right from your press release. Sorry if
yes. No, that's it. So this idea, I mean, the timing is terrible that we just did it, because people are trying to say, oh, it's just an election thing, but it is far from the truth. This was brought to my attention at the Veterans Center on Emerson Ave. They have coffee with the veterans of all ages every Friday, and I had stopped by a few times, and a young veteran brought this to my attention, that Salem, the city of Salem, had passed it. Since then, the city of Beverly has been reviewing it through their city council. So I said to Sean Nolan, who chairs the Ordinance Administration Committee, that this is something we should really look at. Seems like the least we can do with the veterans who worked so hard for us and protected our freedoms. And it went through O&A on Monday, voted unanimously by the 3 members. It'll go to the city council on Tuesday. And my goal is to have this in place by Veterans Day, which is November 11th. So if you have like a veterans plate, if you have a Bronze Star plate, POW plate, there are various accepted plates, then you automatically would get free parking. You don't have to pay the meter or the kiosk, but all the other stuff applies. The time limits, obviously you can't park in a crosswalk or any other illegal parking. But as I say, this is something that's important. As you know, my father was really big in the veterans world when he was in the legislature, and every day till the end of his life. And so this is for him and all of his comrades.
Mm-hmm. Well said. All right. Well, Mayor Verga, we thank you for your time once again. We will see you Friday at Stage 4 Park, right? 11 a.m. for the naturalization ceremony.
Yes, that'll be fun. Oh, and another plug, the Monday is the Mayor's Forum that is by the 400th. So it's all of the living former mayors from Bill Squillis, Bruce Toby, John Bell, Carolyn Kirk, Safathia, and myself will be on a panel with Rick Moore will be the moderator, just asking us about our time as mayor and some of our, good moments and stressful moments, et cetera, but check out, I believe we just posted the flyer on the mayor's page of Facebook, but we'd love to have people there. It's an opportunity just to have 6 of us in one room. We've had 3 other mayors since this form of government, Leo Alpa, Dick Silva, and Bill Rafter, who've passed away. But all of the other 6 living mayors will be there.
Fantastic. All right, we will be looking forward to that as well. Mayor Verga, thanks again for your time. We will check back with you somewhere on the campaign trail.
Great. Thank you guys so much.
Interested in a sponsorship? Email sponsor@1623studios.org to learn more.